Flowing out of Cape Town, South Africa, a vast network of highways spreads out across the Western Cape Province. The N2 is the country's longest tarred road, running the length of South Africa's coast before turning inland to the economic heartland of Gauteng. The N1 is the Cape's busiest road, with stretches carrying up to 150,000 vehicles per day. The R27 traverses the harsh west coast before linking with the N7, which stretches northwards to the desert border with Namibia. Dedicated to keeping these roads safe and traffic flowing are the men and women of the Western Cape Highway Patrol. In this episode, Senior Provincial Inspector Valentino Arendse faces a long, trying night when things get heated after a crash.
You guys are going to resolve this issue, eh? What happened, sir?
Provincial Inspector Hopa and colleagues deal with a stream of intoxicated drivers at the end of a long weekend. And the next generation of inspectors are put through their paces as they prepare to hit the streets. Senior Provincial Inspector Arendse has a lot on his plate, and he's hoping for a quiet shift so he can get to his studies.
My dad is a principal inspector. He was a supervisor as well, so he was my biggest influence and as well as my mentor. And now I'm studying further, Bachelor in Policing Practice.
Keeping the road safe requires an accurate knowledge of the law, and the inspectors of the Western Cape Highway Patrol are expected to keep abreast of new developments.
Okay, tonight we're gonna stop vehicles quick, around about 7:15. And then immediately after that, we are gonna proceed to the office to complete online coursework. And then the other one I need to complete is just due for Monday evening at 12, which I have 2 left to complete so. This is for my bachelor degree. The balancing, how I do it is to get it done. That's the only way I can say this. Anything unexpectedly can come up. Accident, or one of the officers gets in a race and they cannot get to that activities.
His words prove prophetic when he comes across a crash scene, complete with angry, arguing drivers. From past experience, he knows he needs to take swift and decisive action.
Good evening. How is it? Put on a mask, please. Okay.
To assist this client. Do you have a mechanical breakdown?
Righto.
I'm coming to assist this client. I'm coming to help this guy, bro.
Hello, boss.
You
Righto.
were swerving in the other line. Yeah, he was serving. You were swerving? Yes. I was driving behind you. He was serving. I was waiting for you to pass.
This tense situation can easily spiral out of control, and SPI Arendse needs to keep calm and defuse it quickly before he can join his colleagues at the roadblock and then hit the books.
You did the right one for me. I come from there. This guy is come from that side.
Hey.
I'm from my side, baby. How can I drive the way from there?
You are not explaining to me anything. You are speaking in the air. You're not explaining, you're speaking to me. Yeah, man. So explain to me.
According to the National Road Traffic Act, it's an offense not to report an accident which has caused damage or injury. The police station is just around the corner, but these unreasonable drivers would rather argue than comply with the law.
So, you will report it and get it out of the way. Yes, not gonna happen. Arguments, yeah? Arguments happen afterwards.
Okay.
You do what you need to do. You do what, that's it, what you need to do. Get the vehicle and report it at the police station. Do you understand me? He's not going to be fighting anything.
No,
there's going to be no fight. It's not going to be any. It's not going to be. You are gonna give the story. He's going to give his side. He's going to go on one accident report form. Each one is going to give their side. And then insurance will take the investigation process. You will take these. The company will have the own investigation with him. This insurance will have investigation as well. It's a session, and you can do your own investigation with your insurance, right?
It seems like he's making progress at last, but for every hurdle he overcomes, another obstacle presents itself. One of the drivers now stubbornly refuses to share his details, and SPI Arendse is running out of both patience and time.
No, I cannot give you my details. Chief. I cannot give you my details.
Chief.
I can't.
Why?
Chief.
I cannot give you the
Right.
Motorists involved in a crash often end up arguing or worse. Thankfully, the inspectors of the Western Cape Highway Patrol are trained to keep calm and professional in stressful situations.
What happened, sir?
New recruits to the Western Cape Highway Patrol undergo a traffic officer's training course at the Jean Low Traffic College in Brackenfell. This year's intake is one of the largest classes to date, and the aspiring traffic law enforcement officers are working hard to complete their training under the watchful eye of the experienced instructors. The 12-month course includes theory on the National Road Traffic and Criminal Procedure Acts and a variety of practical training to equip them with the skills they'll need when they finally hit the streets.
So be careful. Always get your center mark. If your center mark, then you are basically in charge of that point. So remember, there's other motorist safety as well. Because you see the arrogance of the people barging, driving in front of you. When you show them to stop, they don't put in the indicators on.
I felt like I'm gonna cause an accident.
The students are nearing the end of their course, and Senior Provincial Inspector Valentino Arendse and colleagues are sharing their knowledge and experience.
Today, we got our students of the college who are graduating in December and are coming out to the road. Today is the practical. You know everything? Not everything? Okay. So whatever you guys learned already, we're just gonna apply that theory today, practically. Anything that you need assistance with the device, you can ask any three of us. We can help you with that. 656 notices, I'll assist you guys as well. And my colleagues next to me. And first of all, safety first. The license of the driver, you don't have to take it. Let him turn it around, you scan it. So safety first, don't let him sign the fine as well. You just write COVID as well.
Just to add what Mr. Arendse is saying, that so whatever you taught in college, now you bring it in here. Ne? Safety, complete out of the road, and then bring it safe back to the road. Ne? Please, not with safety. Must just make turns. One will stand there, and then we make turns. You understand? So that here we don't want any vehicle, so that we have that freedom.
The nerves are still a bit there, but we're getting into the groove.
At first, nerves seem to be getting the better of them. But with some gentle encouragement from the seasoned professionals, the operation is soon running like a well-oiled machine. Unlike many of the vehicles they stop. This vehicle has so many faults that this new inspector doesn't even know where to begin, and the driver is not being very cooperative. But SPI Arendse knows exactly how to deal with this kind of situation.
So now you are going to get a fine for operating an unroadworthy motor vehicle. You're going to get a fine for the vehicle not being licensed. You're going to get a fine failing to registering the vehicle on the name within 21 days. Where's your driver's license?
Okay, boss, wait.
Whoa. Where's your driver's license?
At home.
At home?
Yes.
Do you have one?
I have one.
What's your ID number? Do you know it?
Yes, I do.
Failure to produce a driver's license is yet another offense. And the aspiring young inspector is going to have finger cramps for days after writing up this motorist's fines.
Well, within 3 days, boss, I'm going to finish all this, just 3 days.
The students soon realize that keeping the road safe is not only about theory and knowing the laws. Their biggest challenge may well be keeping calm and professional when dealing with difficult members of the public.
Zeg even mijn taillights een brief weg. Dat is nog een backup. Linkerkant se brief lig weg. Dis 'n backup. As daai balpie geblaas is, moet ek se buite my beheer. Jy kan nou nuwe spot uit insit. Jy kan nou hier weer. Jy kan met hy dan kan kortletting maak. Of hy kan skit. Ja, maar dit maak net mense nie. Nee. Ja, maar nou as jy ry, gaan jy nog almal agter jou kyk as die ding werk of nie werk nie. Maar dan sit dit by. Ja, maar ek sê nou vir jou, as jy nou jy kan nou nie bewaap op sit jy ry om met draai en jy ry 'n skitpad. Byvoorbeeld. Ek het 'n trekker in my kar. Ek het boks in my kar gesit. Ek kan nou weet dat nou met die ding kan nou verstaan jy bedoel. Dis
daar of datum wat jy kan verduidelik nie. Sê dankie.
Ja, laat ek my spreek met jou.
All in all, it's been a good day out, and as the recruits take a well-deserved break, Principal Provincial Inspector Kunta is pleased with their progress.
So far it's successfully, so far we're doing well. They are getting there, but we need just to identify some few things like your stopping and the safety must come first, but we're getting there.
With years of experience under her belt, Provincial Inspector Hopa has a thorough understanding of the human factors influencing traffic flow on the N2 between Sir Lowry's Pass and Cape Town.
Depending on the deployment, say it's peak hour, obviously the N2 has heavy peak, so you'll work there. Right now, priority is the people who went to holiday. So they're coming back now, so the visibility is necessary. People are married this long weekend. People come back as Mrs. and Mr. So focus point is the peak that's coming from outer town on St. Lawrence Pass inwards, high visibility, and attending to any incidences or accidents.
This stretch of highway is flanked by informal housing, and stopping on the roadside can be a risky business, even for members of traffic, law, and rescue services.
My colleague's car got torched, and that was service delivery protest. When they approached, petrol bombs, the works, they had to leave everything in the car and run for safety.
The heavy traffic into Cape Town is slow but free-flowing, and PI Hopa knows that it only takes one impatient driver to force a lane closure and bring traffic to a grinding halt, which often leads to further incidents as motorists become increasingly frustrated.
What's going on, Pa?
Up ahead, PI Hopa spots a pushy driver weaving through the traffic and makes her way along the emergency lane to investigate. There's already been a crash. Fortunately, nobody's injured and the car is well off the road. With fellow officers close at hand, PI Hopa feels it's safe to pull the vehicle over, without risk to its occupants or herself from opportunistic roadside robbers who may be lurking in the dark.
What is the problem?
My brother is collapsed. He's saying that.
What's wrong with him?
My brother,
What's wrong with him?
he collapsed.
He collapsed.
So I tried to go take the doctor, said he must come.
What doctor?
Okay, by car.
Caro.
I was coming out from Strand.
So you leave everything here,
No.
and you want the doctor on the other side of town.
Yeah, here.
So let me call an ambulance for him now, rather.
Yeah, it's fine.
Show me the license. And leave us, is it?
There's something that doesn't add up, but both vehicle and driver pass inspection, and PI Hopa sends them on their way with a stern warning and prepares to continue on patrol.
The brother's at the back, sleeping or passed out or whatever. He's saying he's taking to the doctor. I told him, let me call an ambulance right here. He doesn't want to.
Before she can pull away, PI Hopa's alerted to yet another incident.
Something's happening there. How can you stand on the freeway?
This driver's been involved in a fender bender, but stopping in the middle of a busy freeway is a sure way to turn a minor crash into a major disaster. With both vehicles now safely off the road, PI Hopa gets out to investigate.
Oh, number plate yakho.
My number plate is sorry. My friend. As the metro is not me. You see the guy in front of you brake, I also brake. We're in alone. Hello, I'm not gonna fight.
Come stand this side, gentlemen. Stand this side.
I'm not gonna fight with you. My boss is not your cartoon. What I don't like about him is that it's not his fault. But I'm here because it's happened. Okay.
It seems like things are about to get heated, but PI Hopa knows when to step in and restore calm.
I'm just a mediator. I can't say this, I must do this. Ne? I'm maintaining peace only. I'm the child of the Lord only in this situation. You are the driver.
And the drivers are soon in agreement and on their way to the police station to report the incident.
Oh, shame, Papa. Okay. All right, Papa, drive safely. Ne? All right. Okay. All right.
Having swiftly resolved the potential conflict, PI Hopa is soon back on patrol. Back in Belleville, SPI Valentino Arendse is still trying hard to diffuse the tension without success, and his frustration is starting to show.
Wait, how are you going to get these details?
Okay.
How are you going to get these details for your stuff for the work? If you do not want to give your details to him, whoa. I'm asking a question. I've asked you a question. How are you going to complete your documents or work? If you not want to give your details to them, do you expect your details? Do you expect their details as well?
No, the only thing that is a company view.
I understand.
That is not the one who damaged the car. So I'm following the procedure of the work.
This pointless arguing is wasting time, and Valentino still has duties to perform before he can hit the books. At this rate, he's going to be burning the midnight oil till the sun comes up.
Hello. Proceed. You get in the vehicle.
Back on the N2, Provincial Inspector Hopa is on her way to the Shadow Alcohol Evidentiary Center in Athlone. Suspected drunk drivers taken off the surrounding roads are brought here to be tested, and if over the limit, criminally charged. It's the end of the long weekend, and there's a constant flow of drivers who have overindulged and gotten behind the wheel. With years of experience dealing with difficult drunk drivers, Provincial Inspector Hopa knows how to keep her cool, even under extreme provocation, as illustrated in this memorable arrest from a couple of years ago.
So we just gonna drive behind you, observing. Two, it's either the phone or, and the wipers are going and it's not raining. Ma'am? All right. I need you to please switch off the car for me. No. Please switch off the car, ma'am. Did you consume alcohol today?
I did earlier because I got to put the phone.
You said a child in the car, ma'am.
That's my sister.
That's your sister? Just blow. Blow? You're not blowing. Blow? No, you're sucking, ma'am. You're sucking. Blowing out.
Wait, I have a colon cancer.
Wait. Please wait. One step, careful.
You don't understand.
We could doing you
My son studied 4 or 5 years.
You can't do that.
We cannot do that, but my son studied the language.
No, we can't have conversations because of you gonna throw your tantrums. No.
But do you think women can't understand your language? You speak Xhosa.
PI Hopa has come in to help process the stream of inebriated road users being rounded up by provincial traffic, the South African Police Service, and Metro law enforcement. Any degree of intoxication is too drunk to drive, but this character has taken it to a whole new level.
Hey, where go?
Something.
Mama, put the chairs like this, ne? So that, yeah.
He can barely stand, has no idea where he is, and has lost control of his bodily functions. How he thought he could drive is beyond belief.
Udi? Buka lotado. Kapilek. All right? Oh, pure. Athlone. Ne? Athlone. Ooh, who's Marshall? You don't have a carport or something that you can sit because it's messy here.
Eventually, the stream of intoxicated drivers slows to a trickle, and PI Hopa is back on the road.
Let's go patrol.
Can you stop? Can you stop now? Can you stop? I'm not going to repeat myself to you every time now. Ne? What did I tell him?
He took our details. Stop. He took our details. He took our details. You don't want to give him
I gave him my license. I gave him a license. What are you? Are you a driver?
Hello.
Talking to a driver.
Hello.
Meanwhile, Senior Provincial Inspector Valentino Arendse has eventually run out of patience with the squabbling
One more
drivers.
time now. Ne?
Yes.
Get in that car and go to the police station.
Okay, let's go.
Get in your bus and go to the police station. What is his intention?
It appears that being polite and reasonable was the wrong approach to take. All these kids needed was a stern talking to.
Come.
At last, SPI Arendse can join his colleagues and continue his duties for the
Good
evening.
evening, sir. Why are you not wearing a safety belt? Why are you on your cell phone, sir? I'm gonna issue a 5-year driver's license and a safety belt, eh? Where is your driver's license, sir? And why is the cell phone there?
The roadblock is just outside the police station, and he's relieved to see the drivers involved in the crash arrive to report the incident.
What time did the accident happen?
We are together, Mos.
We're in the car.
He's the one him driving even him.
I take the
Hello.
mechanic.
Hello. You a driver, ne? You don't work on my nerves now. Don't you work on my nerves now, ne? And don't even laugh. Don't even laugh. What is your time? What time did the accident happen?
Same time you come to pass.
Currently, they're blaming the bus and they're not going to come. So I told them, no, they must come because if the bus doesn't come, it's going to be more difficult to him because it's a company vehicle that was involved in the accident. And I have his details. So I'm going to get to my control room. All the time done. Then I will go inside and check the information. So we've done this VCP, so we're proceeding now to the office. We arrived a bit late due to that accident. I have a daughter who is to turn 2. Everything I do is to make sure that I go back to her. I'm at the office now to finish that coursework and to finish on Monday. So I will be busy the whole time, probably for the next 2 hours. Always be safe. When you open your eyes, I'm at home.
It's well past midnight before Valentino eventually gets to his studies. It's been a long, stressful day, and for Senior Provincial Inspector Arendse, it's nowhere near finished. Coming up next, Provincial Inspector Stephanie Reuters responds to a fatal crash on the West Coast. Senior Provincial Inspector Valentino Arendse and colleagues prepare for the festive season. And the next generation of inspectors graduate from the classroom to the streets.